We wanted to use AI to recreate some of the most popular video game covers, so this past week we did just that. Using an app called Wombo Dream, who we have no affiliation to, just to be clear, we got to work, thinking of a multitude of different titles that we could make the artwork better for. So to briefly explain how the app works, download Wombo Dream and choose an art style, or choose no style, then simply type in the keywords of the game that you want to recreate. It's pretty simple to do, and we'll provide you with some absolute gems, just like the ones we're about to show you now. We'll start with the one that gave us the most trouble, New World. Albeit it was still pretty straightforward. Typing in New World resulted in a very globe-themed cover, so we had to innovate a bit, and had the ingenious idea of using Eternum instead, which resulted in this masterpiece. I honestly think this looks pretty cool. It gives me a DLC vibe and looks sort of like tapestry art. Jeffrey, if you're watching, we'll give you this one for the low price of $1 million. Next up, we gave Call of Duty Warzone a go. Not really too sure what's going on here, but I think it works. A mix of what looks like a multiplayer map and some sentry guns? To be honest, if you can't see the meaning behind it, then maybe you just don't understand art. Not sure this one will be picked up by Activision though. GTA gave us an interesting result. Some mountains, an upside down helicopter maybe? And what looks like a fire truck in the middle. This one certainly looked like a mess. Before we put the logo on, that is. With GTA 5 in the middle, it actually looks alright. What we noticed with most of these is that if you just looked at them briefly, they'd look like the actual game cover. But as soon as you focus in a tiny bit, that's when it starts to look pretty abstract. Our version of NBA 2K is just straight up confusing. Whatever you think looks like a basketball stops looking that way after about a second of focusing on it. There's somehow a hell of a lot going on without anything actually going on at all, if that makes any sense. Again, it looks better once you've put the logo on it, but it could have been mistaken for some sort of horror film before. Okay, so the FIFA 22 cover actually looks pretty cool. It's like a Vincent van Gogh limited edition or something. It's pretty clear that there's a stadium there and that it's a bird's eye of a city, but again, it gets less clear the more you look at it. This one definitely works the best so far though. I wouldn't bat an eyelid if this is what the FIFA 23 box art was, but maybe I'd think some 10-year-old had won a contest to design it or something. We're going from our most convincing cover to our least. What even is this? It looks like Master Chief had a fatal accident and formed two mountains. I think what saves it are the colours. With the logo it definitely looks passable, but this is by far the most messed up one. Coming in next is Fortnite, which on reflection might actually be on par or better than FIFA. The colours are spot on and you can actually make out characters and action, until you look closely that is. Aside from the person on the far right, the rest are just well-defined blobs, if that makes any sense at all. Pretty cool overall though. Elden Ring, that featured in our 5 games you need to play in 2022 video, was straight up plagiarism. I'm pretty sure this has been ripped straight from an unused Lord of the Rings poster. However, it looks pretty cool and definitely suits the theme of the game. Can we all just appreciate how good this redesigned Arceus looks? It's like it's wearing some sort of armour. Who knows, maybe we can get an armour plate to transform it into this form? Actually, I better keep these ideas private or someone's going to make a lot of money off them. In all honesty though, this one looks great. The colours are spot on and the oil painting feel to it really suits the Legends Arceus theme. I'd honestly buy the game again if it was released with this cover. So those were some games that have already been released. Now we're going to show you a couple games that we'd like to see and what we think they'd look like based on our AI designs. Kicking off the new games, we'd like to see Super Mario Strikers. When we originally put the words in and got the results, it looked a bit like Metroid Prime. But once you stick the logo on, it's pretty clear that the dashes of green and red are supposed to be Mario and Luigi. I used to love this game, so could it be remade please? You can use the artwork for free. Half-Life 3 is wanted and needed by the community, and if this cover art doesn't influence its creation, then I don't know what will. It's clear where this artwork's come from, but it doesn't make it any less sadistic. Human Claw Machine 3 would be a more apposite title. The final design is wild. Tekken was always artistically a cool game, and gave us some very cool characters across the years. None cooler than the guy in the bottom though. Long hair, mustache, and some flaming trousers. He looks like the epitome of the 80s crossed with Zorro, but we're cool with that. I'm not even going to comment on the top thing, not really sure what's going on there. It's definitely an easy win for 80s Zorro man. Okay, that wraps up our designs. We showed you most of them, but there are some more we did. You can see them by checking out the article that we did for this video, links in the description. We hope this provided you with as much entertainment as it did for us making them. If you have any games that you made through this app and are especially proud of, let us know in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, as we'd really appreciate your help to get us to 1,000 subs. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.